Well, we want to welcome you to another surprise Saturday. Last Saturday, we had cooking with Kay, my mom, but you are in for a treat today because we have something today called Grill Pastor. Not Grill Master, although he is, but today is Grill Pastor.
Pastor, yeah. Hey, last week was a lot of fun, and the only reason why we're doing this is because we're all isolated and we're just looking for something fun to do. So last week you shared with us the world's best cookies, and they really were. I mean, they were amazing. And you know what, it was fun to see how many people jumped on, and so many people were making cookies last weekend.
There were a lot of people made cookies, and I don't care. I mean, he is good grilling and smoking and whatnot, but no matter how good you do today, you will never beat me. So what was
well, we'll see.
What wasn't the competition is now a competition.
Okay, all right. All right, well, this is kind of like smoking with the pastors, all right? Everybody's jumping in, smoking with the pastors. But, all right, hey, so what we're going to do, I'm going to share something with you. We, as a family, we love entertaining, we love cooking. And one of the things that Kay does every Monday is she invites the whole family over. There's 16 of us now with all the grandkids, and she fixes a gigantic meal every single Monday. And so one of the things that I love to do is, as people are coming early, maybe they'll let the kids play out in the backyard, I'll have an appetizer. Sometimes it's chip and salsa. It's maybe, you know, like a cheese tray and all kinds of cheeses and fruit. But one of the favorites is what I'm going to share with you today, and it's smoked salmon. Now, some people don't like fish, but I want to tell you, almost everyone will really, really enjoy this. And it's amazing. So let me go through this. Very, very simple, but it's an amazing appetizer that you can share with your friends.
I just have to say, this better be, it is good because I've had this since I was a little boy, but this better be exceptionally good because people are going to try this. And the goal of today, we all know, is to beat mom.
So absolutely.
We have to have a lot higher reviews, a lot more people trying this because she will never let us live this down.
That is true. So please help us out.
Share this like crazy because we know the Grill Pastors, Grill Master, we got to beat.
So here it is.
Here we go.
The best fish you've ever had.
This is it.
All right, so I just took this out of the package and I washed it under very, very cold water.
Very cold water.
And so what you need to do is make sure that you pat it down and that you get all the water off of that. Good job, Grill Pastor. Good job. And so you're getting it. Good job. All right. Okay, so when you get it dry, then this is the mixture, and it's very, very simple, very easy. But it's 2 cups of brown sugar, and so we'll put this in the bowl.
Dad, I like that you're wearing gloves. It's like very
absolutely
like, trendy of you.
Yeah, the coronas are flying, so we got to be careful.
You're
all
not
right.
catching the coronas.
All right. And then it's 1 cup of sugar, and this is sea salt. All right.
I was going to say
no, not sugar, sea salt. And so we pour that in, and then just mix it up really, really good. And what you're going to do is you're going to cure the fish with this. So what we do is we'll just coat it. I mean, very, very heavily. This has the skin on the bottom. If it does not have the skin, then do both sides. Lay it in the tray first, lay the fish down, and then just coat it very, very heavily. And so once you get everything covered really well, then...
I've never actually seen you do this.
Well, this is.
I mean, I've always only seen the finished product.
That's all you're never here when I'm fixing it.
No, I mean, you were like really covering.
All right. Then and then what you do is then you seal it up just like I've done here, and you get it real tight, airtight, and then put it in the refrigerator for overnight or for about 8 hours. So this is what I've done. I just took this out of the refrigerator. It's been in overnight, and I want you to look at this. Wow. This is the amount of water that all of the salt pulls out of the fish. And so what it does is it's pulling all the moisture out and it's drying it out. And so we'll take it to the sink. We'll wash all of that off really, really well. And so let me do that real quick. And the best thing to do is use, really, really cold water. Now,
that already smells good.
What you'll find here is that this, you can kind of feel this, Dustin. This is real firm, and so so it becomes real firm. And so I'm going to ask Kay Vanda to hand me a plate real quick. Like Vanna White, but this is Kay Vanda, and her real name is a white plate right here. So Vanna, if you could help me out real quick.
Come on.
She is
She was
such.
sure bossing you around last week.
Yeah,
She had no problem
she
with
is
that.
really, really good. There you go. All right.
Great job.
All right.
Everybody give her a round of applause.
Very, very good. Very good. Now, what I do like to do, and you don't have to do this, but what I've found is sweet and smoky. It's a seasoning, and so you can just put it over this, because what we're doing is that we're trying to pull out the sweetness out of the salmon, all right, by doing all of this. And I put it on, fairly heavy. So the next step is just putting it on the grill. There's your pastor smoking gloves. And what we'll do is we'll go out and put it on the smoker, and we're going to just put it at 225 and put it on the, just lay it in and leave it there for about an hour and a half. You don't need to look at it. You don't need to check on it. Just leave it there for an hour and a half, and then we'll check on it, all right? So let's walk out and we'll put it on the grill.
Surgery.
This is the Pit Master, and I've had this only a short time, but it's a great grill. It's a grill, it's a smoker, it's an oven, all in one. The heat source is right here in the middle, so it's really important if you have one like this to put it off to the side, and there it is. And it again at 225, and we'll just shut it and leave it there for an hour and a half, and then we'll come back and check on it in just a couple of minutes. All right?
Okay, so with grilling pastor, we're kind of a little bit of a play on words too, because while you're grilling, I want to kind of grill you.
Oh,
so
great.
You have a lot of years of experience. Some of these questions aren't super serious, but I want to ask you a few things. So we're in the middle of this quarantine, and I've got my list of things I'm going to do the second this is over. But what are those things that you're thinking about? What's the first thing you're going to do when the quarantine's over?
I know exactly what that's going to be.
What is it?
It's one of my favorite things to do. It's where all of us as a family, all 16 of us, we go to Flick's Brew House and we watch a movie. And there's just something about that I love so much. And I think what it is, it's not so much about the quality of the movie, it's about the quality of the food.
It's so
and,
good.
So you're, just sitting there and you just push a button and you can order food, and it's just a fun, relaxed time. Dustin, one of my favorite memories was the last time we went as a family. Your son Asher was down on the very end, and he was just down there kind of by himself doing his thing. We were watching the movie, and I could tell that he kept reaching over and pushing the button, and the waiter kept coming and kept coming back. After the movie and the lights came on, I looked down there and he was rubbing his belly and he looked miserable. He had eaten so much food. And then you almost went into shock when you got the bill.
Guys, Asher alone ordered $55 worth of food at Flick's Brew House. He ordered 2 meals, and then he ordered a milkshake on his own, a drink on his own, and the waitress just kept giving him everything without asking us. Yeah, that was an interesting night.
That was great. So that's what
for
I'm
our
going to do
family.
when this is all over.
Oh, Asher, he keeps us moving.
Yep.
Okay, so a little bit more serious question. In regards to everything that's going on in the world right now, we're right in it seems like in the middle of this. People are saying there's some dark times ahead, and we know now that it's a very real reality that there are some dark times ahead. What are some of the things that are going on right now that are the most sad to you, most frustrating to you? What are those things that kind of keep you up, that you're just thinking, man, like this is really weighing on me with this season?
As every day's going by, and I think we're all experiencing this, you feel it intensifying. Mm-hmm. And it feels like it gradually gets closer to us day by day. Just today, I found out that someone that I know very, very well just passed away with this virus. And that's when it becomes real, mm-hmm. I think to all of us, or someone that we know and that they're very, very ill. I think the saddest thing for me is just watching the pain. We're involved in so many people's lives, receiving so many calls, emails about how people are suffering. They've lost their jobs. They don't know what they're going to do. The panic that sets in. And so that really is, a sad thing for me. Also, one of the other things is just the disconnect mm-hmm. with us as a church family. That is one of the things that really bothers me. The first week we did not have church. We watched it online.
Yeah.
There in the auditorium. There were only
Yeah.
6 of us there, and empty auditorium, watching the service. Your sermon was absolutely magnificent. The worship was great, but I can remember walking out of an empty auditorium and just feeling hollow. I mean, you know what I mean by that? I mean, it just kind of leaves you empty. And I'm just, that makes me a little sad, and a lot. I mean, I'm just looking forward to the day that we're all back together as a church family again.
Yeah, I would feel the same way for me. It's, the first week or two, there was so much adrenaline
Yeah.
with this new normal, or however long this quarantine season lasts, that there was just so many things we had to adjust with the church. When that adrenaline wore off, I had a few days where I was really battling, and I really had to go to God. And I think that's the thing that makes me most sad too, is just how detached you feel from people, and you start to see the necessity for humans, for people to have that person-to-person, human-to-human contact. So that's definitely the thing that makes me the most sad as well. We've also had conversations, as weird as this season is, as tragic, as much of a crisis as it is, there's light at the end of this tunnel. There's a lot of hope, and I'm actually talking about that for this weekend with Palm Sunday. But as weird as this question might sound, what is something you're excited about when this is over? Thinking about what could change, what the new normal might look like. What's something you're excited about because of this season?
Thinking about that question and tying that to the church, you wonder, over a long period of time, do people get out of the habit of going to church? And that becomes a real fear. Does that happen? But as this goes on, what you realize that this may become one of the greatest times for the church that we've ever had, of people coming back and realizing the power of connection, the power of involvement, the power of worshiping together. And when you lose something, you realize the value of what you once had and you no longer have. And so I think that once all of this is over, I think our churches are going to be packed. People are going to be thrilled by coming and being able to just be together again and worship together and have that strength that we give to one another just by being together.
People are talking a lot about a new normal, and there are some things that kind of give me anxiety with that. But when it comes to the church, I don't necessarily know exactly what the new normal is going to look like, but I am excited for that.
Me too.
Because the church under pressure historically produces really cool, powerful things. The church is at large is very creative, innovative, and through the power of the Holy Spirit, this could look pretty cool in the future. But just trying to see some light at the end of the tunnel, because we're talking about so many negative things in this time, but at the same time, God's still here, He's still working, and there are some exciting things on the other side of this. So right now, it's Surprise Saturday. Believe it or not, next weekend is Easter weekend already, and that's pretty mind-blowing, because when you think about it already being Easter, this kind of just blows all of our plans out of the water that we had for, through the winter and what we were going to do for Easter. But I'm still extremely excited about it. And you're doing Good Friday. So what we're doing as a church this year is we're treating Good Friday and Easter as part 1, part 2 of an Easter weekend, Easter experience. So you're preaching Good Friday, I'm preaching Easter Sunday services. Why don't you just give us a little bit of a sneak peek at what angle you're taking for the Good Friday service?
Hey, I'm real excited about Good Friday. And like he said, you cannot miss Good Friday because it leads right into what we're doing on Easter Sunday morning. And so we realize that we'll all be sitting in our homes, and there we are watching. I want you to tune in, and I want you to watch Good Friday and the power that is behind what Jesus did for all of us. I'm going to be very creative in the storytelling side of this. It's a night to gather your kids, all get in the living room together, and ahead of time, get some grape juice and some crackers, because every one of us are going to take communion together. Dustin at the very end is going to come and lead us in all of that. It's going to be a great night. I'm speaking for about between 20 to 23 minutes, very short, but a lot of interaction, a lot of stories that will hold your kids' attention as well. And so, Dustin, I think that Good Friday is going to be absolutely amazing, leading into the greatest week for the church, the greatest day, which is Resurrection Sunday, Sunday morning. And never in a million years, I don't think I could have ever envisioned what is happening in all of our lives right now, that we would be worshiping in our own homes instead of coming together. And it's just kind of hard to wrap your mind around. But what we want is that for this Easter, that Friday and Sunday morning, to be incredibly spiritual moments for you, your spouse, your children, and that's what we're working really hard on.
Yeah, and with the part 1, part 2, it's pretty cool because part 1 is Good Friday, Jesus dies. And theologians have called that for years the darkest hour in human history. And I'm mentioning on that Sunday as well that many people will one day call this season we're in right now the darkest hour in human history, potentially. But I don't think it's an accident that Resurrection Sunday is happening right now with everything that's happening in our world, because it shows us that Jesus, although not causing any of this, is still on the throne and still in charge, and he's alive. And because of the resurrection, we have light at the end of the tunnel. We have the possibility of new beginnings and new creation. The things that seem dead on Friday are actually coming back to life. So that's what the whole sequence is going to look like on Easter weekend. And I know it sounds funny that I'm about to say invite people, and although you're not inviting them to a physical building, physical location, take the opportunity, share what we're going to be sharing on social media over the next week, and invite people to watch with you. Say, hey, I'm going to be going to this service, I'm going to be tuning in online at this service. Make sure you're jumping in, comment, tag me in the comments when you're on so I know you're on. Make sure that your family and friends are engaging on Easter weekend, starting Good Friday all the way through Easter.
Wouldn't it be ironic that when we're having church in our homes, that this would be the greatest and the biggest audience that we've ever had in the history of our church?
And I think it's possible.
It is possible.
Yeah.
And and that's the way that God works, that whatever the devil means to harm, God will take and transform that and make it good. And so I'm really, really excited about that.
Me too. So here's where we're at. I'm done grilling you like this. Why don't we look at the finished product of what we've been grilling / smoking?
Okay, so an hour and a half. We'll say it's up, and let's take a look at what we got.
Yep, let's do it.
We're talking about an appetizer. What I have cream cheese that I've put in the microwave, heated up just a little, and then here is a guave, and I love this. And
a what?
A guave.
Agave?
Agave. Did I say it wrong? Okay. Well, whatever that is, I like it. I like it a lot.
Guave. It's agave. Okay.
Agave. All right.
What's that word?
That is agave. Okay. All right. Well, whatever this is called, here you go.
Go ahead.
Okay. You just put a little, not much, but just a little inside, and then stir that up. And then I'm going to ask Kay Vanda, my assistant today, to come.
Now, those cookies were good, but
now take a look at this.
Let's look at what a real grill master.
All right, here it is, the finished product. And so, well, whatever this is, that's why that I have assistants like you. All right.
Cooking with Kay was last week.
All right. Okay. So, Dustin, I'm going to let you take one of these crackers, and you can. Let me just put a little of this on there.
No, that's the cream cheese.
Oh, yep. Oh, man.
All right. And then you can just cut a little piece off, put that on the cracker, and then tell us what you think.
I'm going to just grab it right here. Oh, here we go. I know. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not like chocolate chip cookies.
Gosh. Dad, you win.
I
mean, not a chance.
What are you talking about?
Guys, you have to try this. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh, shoot.
So good.
Okay. All right, here we go.
I mean, it's going to be iffy.
I feel like you might have even beefed that up a little bit from normal, Dad. I mean, did you beef that up a little bit?
Just a little.
That is good. All right. What do you think?
It's good.
It is good.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, it's really good. I mean, it's not as good as my stuff.
Well, of course.
We'll see. Okay. The audience will choose.
That is.
Guys, hope you enjoyed Grill Pastor today with the Grill Master. Thank you, Dad, for letting me question you a little bit.
Absolutely.
Thank you for this. We're going to enjoy this.
Hey, glad you joined us. Thanks.
See you guys later. Bye.